To make it $10,000 per month is stupidly simple. It's stupidly easy. How do I know that? Because I've done it over and over again myself. I've also helped hundreds, if not thousands of people by now to do this as well. And in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how you do it. And if you do everything that I tell you to do in this video, and you actually watch the entire video, you actually do it, and then you also check out the free resource that I'm gonna give you at the end, and you test it out and it doesn't work, then come back to this video and comment that I'm a fraud, because I know that this is working. All right, let's dive into it. So why should you listen to me then? Why should you even bother going through this video? Well, first of all, last year I started a complete new business and made $2 million with it. Secondly, I won $100,000 in an Alex Hormozi business competition last year as well. If you know, Alex Hormozi is one of the biggest business influencers on YouTube right now, and I won his competition. I became number one. And I won that because I made over $260,000 in new monthly recurring revenue, and I did that in 30 days back in October of 2024. I've also made millions of dollars as an affiliate, and I made $1 million, more than $1 million, but I got the $1 million ClickFunnels award, as you can see behind me right there, by being a consultant. And also by now I helped thousands of people to make their first dollar online. And a lot of those people had made their first $10,000 online. So if you don't have 15, 25 minutes or however long this video is gonna be, for me to just tell you, break down step by step how I would make $10,000 per month if I start offering again. If you don't have that, if you can't sit down and focus for 25 minutes, you might as well just click off and go play a computer game or something. So with that out of the way, let's just dive into it. So the first thing you want to do, if you wanna make your first $10,000 per month, is to find a mentor, all right? Right? And the reason why this makes it so much easier is because you're here, right? You're right here. I don't know why I did that. You're right here, and you want to get to make a lot of money, right? You want to make a lot of money. And the main thing that will get you to make a lot of money is this thing, your brain, right? Your brain or your IP, right? This is what will determine if you make money online as an entrepreneur or not. It's not your arms per se or feet, it's not what you do or what buttons you click or how hard you work. It's like knowing what to do, right? So if you're here with no experience, you have no idea what to do, and if you can find somebody over here, right? If you can find an individual over here who's already making this, then you can just basically ask this person and get their IP, right? You can get their IP or their knowledge directly into your brain, and then you can fast track this and make it a lot faster, right? And obviously the most powerful thing about this is that you can learn from somebody who's way ahead of you so that you can make this faster, as I just said. And the second thing is that you can avoid guesswork, right? So you can basically get this person to tell you what to do step by step, click by click, so you can avoid any guesswork and just get to the destination faster. And if you watch this entire video today, I will show you a lot about this, how to fast track it. And even at the end of this video, and again, I don't have anything to sell you, by the way, I will give you a free resource, a free training, a free course that I have that I will give you so that you can make this a lot faster as well. So hopefully by now you know why you should listen to me. You know that I made a lot of money, that I've helped a lot of people make money as well. You also know that it's super important and powerful to have a mentor. And you also know that in this video, I'm gonna show you and break down as much as I possibly can for you to try to overflow you with as much value as I possibly can, right? So sharpen your ears, because the next thing I want to talk about is the vehicle that you're in, right? Like the vehicle that you're in will determine how fast you can make money. And there are only 4 things that you can sell online that I want to break down, right? But it's pretty obvious. Again, if you're here, right, and you want to make money, and if you're in a car here, right, with no wheels on it, you will probably never get there, right? If you have some wheels, you will get there eventually, right? If you have like a Ferrari or something, you will get there super fast. It's pretty obvious, right? So the better vehicle you have, the faster you will get there. And there's a bunch of things in business that you can leverage, right, to make more money faster. The business model that you're in, for example, the team that you're building, the systems that you're using, if you're selling something that is scalable or not. There is so much that will determine if you make money. Also, are you selling something that people actually want as well, right? So it's not so much about you. The entrepreneur is more so just learning the different things that you can do, right? And kind of building a plan or building a system that will allow you to make money, right? Because you can't do everything yourself. It's impossible. You're just one human being, right? But when you start to learn all of these different things that you can leverage, basically how do you get from you just walking to getting a car with 4 wheels and eventually getting to like a Ferrari thing, you know that you can get there a lot faster, right? And you can also make a lot more money from it as well, right? So let's break down then the only 4 things that you can sell online, right? So the first thing you can sell is basically your time/service, right? And this is how I started out. This is how a lot of people start out, right? You learn a skill, and then you take that skill, you go to another business owner normally, and you tell them that, hey, I know that you need help with advertising. I can help you with advertising to get more leads and make more sales and make more money. And for me to do that for you, you will have to pay me X, $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month or whatever it is, right? So that's the first thing. And that's great when you start out, right? Because you can just learn something and start selling it. The downside with this though, is that it's not scalable, right? So I don't really like this one because of that. Because maybe you get to 10 clients, and then you get to 15 clients, maybe you get to 20 clients, and you're making good money, but now you're doing calls every single day. The people that have hired you, they feel like they own you because they're paying you every single month. It's also very stressful because you can lose clients, because if they're not happy with the service, they will just leave. And it's also hard to scale because you're doing everything yourself. You're selling yourself, you're doing the service delivery yourself, and if you want to scale it, eventually you will not have enough time in the day, so then you will have to hire a bunch of people and learn how to do that. And you're not really leveraging that much tech, right? Because the service delivery is normally manual. You're not selling, the service delivery is not instant, right? Which then takes me to like the vehicle number 2 that you can use or model, and that is basically software, right? And software is great. And some of the biggest companies in the world right now, they're selling software, right? And why is it great? Well, because now you're not selling your time anymore. Now you're basically selling a digital product with instant service delivery. It's very easy to replicate the success for your clients because all of them are getting the same thing. And also if you're selling a software like Google Workspace, for example, where you're getting, a Gmail, a Google Drive, and you're basically getting a system that you implement into your business, or like High Level, for example, as well, right? It's like a system that you incorporate into your business where you have all of your leads and all of these things. So it's very hard to stop paying for it, right? And software companies can charge, it can be from $10 per month up to like thousands of dollars per month, or like $500 to $1,000 a month, sometimes even more if it's if it's a HubSpot or something very complex, like a bunch of features, right? So it's instant service delivery, it's scalable, you also get paid every single month, and the churn is very low normally for a good software, meaning that if somebody starts using Google Workspace for their business, they're never really ever gonna leave as long as they're running that business, right? Or if they use High Level, they have all of the leads in there, it's gonna be very hard for somebody to leave, right? But if we're just starting out though, and we just wanna make our first $10,000 per month, I do not recommend this. Why? Because building software is hard, right? And it's extremely expensive, right? You will have to hire good engineers. You will have to, first you will have to find out something to build the software about that's not already built. And then, you have to find a market for it and buyers for it. And then you have to find really good, engineers for it and people who know how to code. And it's extremely expensive, extremely hard. So it's not a good thing to start off with, right? The third one is to sell physical products. And that's also great because this is also scalable, right? You can sell a product once and you can then, if somebody buys it, you have 1,000 customers, you just send the same product, right? The downside with this is that it's physical products, right? They're actually physical. So first of all, you'll have to know what product to actually sell. Then you will have to develop the product, you will have to design the product and source it. Then you will have to ship it. Then you will have to store it somewhere in a storehouse. If somebody doesn't like the product, then they'll have to return the product. And it's just a bunch of hassle with this, right? Also, the profit margins for this is low. I would say 20% maybe for selling physical products is average. Maybe they can get a little bit more, or less than that as well. But it's pretty low profit margins. And it's also all of them are hard. All of them have pros and cons, right? But I wouldn't recommend this if you're starting out neither. So that takes me to the fourth and the final thing. And that is to sell info. Boom. This is the biggest industry that is booming like never before, and people are making crazy amounts of money with it. This is the industry that I'm in. I started here. I don't sold software, I don't sold products, but right now I'm selling info. And I wish that I started selling info a lot sooner. So why, right? Well, again, if you sell your time and your services, it's not scalable. Also, if you look at all of the people online right now that have YouTube channels, like entrepreneurs on YouTube, they're making a lot of money. What do? They sell this, right? And why do they sell this? Because you have instant service delivery, as like with software. You can also charge recurring for info, as with software as well. You can have monthly recurring or you can have annual recurring, right? It's also 100% scalable. Since you're selling a course or digital product, you can sell it to one person, you can sell it to 10 people, 1,000 people, or 10,000 people, and it's instant. They put in their credit card, they buy, they get your training, they get access to what you have with your information, and it's just instant and it's 100% scalable. And you can like pair this with a YouTube channel, let's say, like this one, and you can just start getting free customers by doing YouTube videos like this. That is what I do. I use YouTube and I sell courses, and that's what I teach other people to do as well. And I have a free course that's 10 hours long where I show you how to sell info together with the YouTube channel as well. And no, you don't need millions of views or millions of subscribers or anything like that. You actually can have a small YouTube channel and make good money with info. So this is the one that I like the best. Then normally what you might be thinking right now before you click off, you're like, oh, I can't do this. The biggest objection people have to this is that you think that you don't have anything that you can sell, right? And that's absolutely not true. There's so many people out there looking for solutions. For example, if you take my girlfriend, for example, right? She loves dogs. She works with dogs at an animal hospital. All of her friends have dogs. All that she does every single day is basically dogs. When she is on social media and watches like reels or whatever, it's dogs. When she reads books, mostly it's about dogs. All she does every single day, it's about dogs. That's her big passion in life. That's what she absolutely loves. She doesn't have any business experience though. So what my girlfriend could do, if she watched this video, for example, I could teach her how to make good money with this, because she could start a YouTube channel. Then she could create an online product, a digital course about dogs, maybe about for new puppy owners. She could use her experience by working with dogs and loving dogs and knowing how to like take care of dogs and how to raise dogs and how to leash train them or how to potty train your dogs, whatever it is. She could create a very simple digital product of that that's helping new dog owners, right? She can find them on YouTube by making videos with free information like this, bring them to her digital product and make money from it. So you don't have to have this like make money online course. It can be about literally anything. How to start golfing, how to start surfing, like with dogs or painting or like whatever, like any hobby, skill or passion that people have out there. If you have something, there's most likely a bunch of people out there in the world who share the same passion or want to learn or become better at something. You can sell that with info. And again, I'm not going to go into detail about that right now. I'm going to give you a free resource at the end of this video that will show you exactly how to do this. Super powerful. So now that you know how important it is to have the right vehicle and you know the 4 different things that you can sell, right? The next thing becomes traffic, right? So now if you decide to create an online course, let's say, and you want to sell the information, now it's like, how do I get customers? Well, you get customers by generating eyeballs and generating traffic, right? And the best way to generate traffic is creating a founder-led brand, because there's 2 different ways you can generate traffic. The first way is free. The second thing is paid, right? So you can either get free traffic online by using YouTube, for example, or you can pay for traffic, right? You can run ads. Both work. The more powerful one though is to create this, a founder-led brand. Because let me ask you this, when was the last time you were online on your phone or on your computer looking for entertaining ads to spend your time on? Well, it's probably never happened, right? Because every single time you see an ad, you're most likely just trying to delete it as fast as possible. You're trying to watch a YouTube video and then an ad pops up and you're like, annoying, I don't want to watch this, get away from me, right? But you're most likely spending quite a bit of time every single day on your phone looking at Instagram, looking at YouTube videos like this one, looking for information and also looking for entertainment, right? So if you ask me, paid is not the way to go. And also if you're starting out, you most likely not even have money to spend on paid. And also what happens, if you start with paid ads and you turn them off, right? Then you're not getting any traffic. So you're getting some traffic of cold people who don't know you yet, who don't like you yet, who don't trust you yet, right? And then when you turn off the ads, it's just gone. However, when you create like YouTube videos, let's say, if you get one YouTube video that goes viral and generates a lot of leads or like views for you, or doesn't necessarily even have to go viral. If you get 2,000 views on a video, when was the last time you were standing in a room with 2,000 people talking about what you do? Probably never have happened. So if you get anywhere from like 1,000 views posts, so 10,000, even imagine if you get 50,000 views on a video, that video will continue to produce views and leads for you for basically forever. It's not getting deleted. It's always going to be there, and people can share it with each other. And you're also building, the more powerful thing about this, right, is that you're building trust. Right? And they also start to like you. Why? Because you give value, right? You give value to people. With the paid ad, it's always a pitch, right? And it's annoying. And like, it's cold traffic, right? It's cold. Like they don't know you, like you, and trust you yet, right? This generates warm traffic to your product, right? Because people, when they start watching, like just take this video for example. Let's say this is the first video you've ever looked at from my channel, right? You're like, who's this random guy with a weird accent, like a Swedish weird accent. He has like orange glasses on him, and he stands with a whiteboard talking about stuff, right? But then what happens over time is like, I'm actually starting to learn from this random guy from Sweden. What he says actually makes sense. And maybe even start to test and go through my free training as I'm going to give you at the end of this video. And then you start to give even more value. And what happens when I give you value for free, right, in those YouTube videos, you start to trust me more, right? And then you start to like me a bit more because you're getting value from me. And now you're getting warmed up. I'm not a stranger anymore, right? I'm not a stranger. No stranger, right? You feel like you know me over time. So this makes it easier to also eventually then sell stuff, right? So warm traffic and building a founder-led brand, not a personal brand, but now you're a founder with your own business and your own product, and you're creating a brand, a personal brand around your entrepreneurial endeavors essentially. And now you have a founder-led brand. Think about like Elon Musk, for example. He's on Twitter all the time. Founder who also has a lot of brands and businesses like Tesla and SpaceX, founder-led brand. Or Steve Jobs, a lot of people knew who Steve Jobs was. Well, he was the founder of Apple as well. A lot of people liked Steve, so they bought his products as well. Also, if you look at, the presidential election, like if you look at Trump, right? Creates a lot of noise. A lot of people start to like him and trust him, and he builds a personal brand, and he uses that in his entrepreneurial/political endeavors as well, right? Also a founder-led brand. And if you look at a lot of the most successful entrepreneurs on YouTube right now, right? They do this as well. They use free YouTube videos to give value, to build trust, to get people to like them, to build a warm audience. And then they use this free traffic to promote their products, and they make a lot of money with high profit margins because they don't have to pay for ads. However, you can use a mix of both, which takes me to the next point. So now the next thing I want to talk about is my simple $2 million funnel, right? Because now you know what vehicle you should be in. You also know that you should generate warm organic traffic. It's the most powerful thing. But then it's like, okay, I have my product and I have my traffic, but how do I actually get people from my audience to actually buy my stuff, right? How do I get them from YouTube to buy an online course, let's say? Or how do I get them from YouTube to buy a service, if that is what I do, or buy a software? It doesn't matter what it is, right? How do I actually do that? Well, I'm gonna show you my very simple funnel that I used last year for a brand new business, for a brand new market that I went into, and I made $2 million that first year. And I also won that Hormozi competition, as I showed you, where we made close to like $260,000 in the monthly recurring revenue in 30 days. And I won that Hormozi competition. And I also won $100,000 extra. So we really made $360,000 that month because I won 100K from Hormozi as well. So how did I do that? Well, I did this super simple funnel. So I want to break that down to you as well. And then at the end of this video, again, I have a free course, free training that shows you even like how to do this even more in depth, right? But it's very simple. It's basically, it starts here, right? And here we have basically YouTube, as I just showed you, right? Then we bring this to free course is what I use. That's what I'm gonna give you at the end of this video as well. And then they basically go into your paid course. So let me give you an example of what I did last year. If you go back to the first video on this YouTube channel, you will find a video that's called School Masterclass, right? And I released I think it was like a 5 or 6 hour free video on my channel, on my YouTube channel, right? And that video got over that year 200,000 views. So I got 200,000 views from one video, just posting it out there, right? Out of those 200,000 views, we have close to 100,000 people to join my free course, my free community. And then from this free course and community, you can imagine here, right? In this video, I'm building a lot of value, building a lot of trust, a lot of credibility, a lot of authority. And people start to like me and they see value in what I do, right? So I'm building a lot of goodwill here, right? By providing free value on YouTube, right? Then this goodwill goes into my free course, where I'm building even more goodwill, right? And then from this, I'm in a pretty good position to say, hey, did you like my stuff on YouTube? They say, yes, I loved it. I got a lot of value from it. Amazing. Did you like my free course? Yeah, awesome. I implemented everything you taught me in my free course, and I even started making money from your free course. Amazing. Well, if you like this stuff, if you join my paid course, you're gonna get even more value. And look at all of these people that I've helped to make a shit ton of money from doing this as well. Not everybody has made a shit ton of money, just full transparency. But some people have made a lot of money with this. And then there's even more people who have started to make their first $1,000 online by using this, right? And even the free stuff, right? So then I'm in a pretty good position here to sell them my paid stuff, because they're warmed up. They already know me, like me, and trust me. I'm not this annoying random dude on the Facebook ads that pop up. They're just like, hey, pitch, buy my stuff. And if you don't buy, you're gonna get your money back and blah, blah, blah. And also if I do it this way, when I make a sell here, I don't really have to sell it. When people get to my paid course and they're about to buy it, they already know who Max is. They already know the value that I can bring. And I haven't paid for people to get here. It's free. It's just YouTube into a free course, into my paid course. And also the cool thing about YouTube is that the traffic, you don't need to create traffic on YouTube. The traffic already exists on YouTube. People are already spending bunch of time every single day on YouTube. So it's just about you to catch that traffic. It's about learning how I can create videos here that people want to watch, and then get them into my free course and eventually into my paid, right? So, but if you remember what I said before, right? You can also mix paid together with free traffic. So what we do is something called retargeting, and this is very, very powerful, because as soon as somebody finds us on YouTube here, right? Or they visit my free course, or they visit my paid course, right? I can basically save those people in like a bucket like this, right? Hopefully you can see that. Yeah. So think of this as a bucket. So every single time somebody watches a YouTube video, right? So like now when you're watching this video, you have fallen into my bucket. Boom. There. Or if you go to my free course and community and check out what that looks like, you also come into this bucket. Or maybe you go to my website, then you're also falling into this bucket. Or maybe you go and check out my paid course. Now you're also in this bucket. So what happens over time, right? If you get a video with 2,000 views, let's say, you will have 2,000 people in here now, automatically, immediately, right? So you will have a crazy amount of people in here. Let's say there's a bunch of people, right? Now you have a bunch of people in here, thousands, eventually tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people. And these are warm people because they've already seen you somewhere online, most likely from your YouTube channel. Then what you can do with this is that now you can show an ad to only those people. So you can write it here, right? Ad. And this is called a retargeting ad because you're only showing ads to people who already know who you are. And then with this, you do a pitch to your paid. Because now you're not a stranger anymore. Now you're only showing ads to warm people. So this is the simple funnel that I used last year, that I'm going to continue to use this year as well, providing a lot of free value on YouTube, building a founder-led brand, get them into my free course, giving even more value there, and then eventually I will then show them, hey, if you look at my free stuff, I also have a paid thing. And I will run retargeting ads and organic traffic to it. And this couldn't be more easy, and it works. It works. Right? The next thing I want to talk about is this. Market wants versus market needs. There's a big difference between wants and needs. And this is what will determine if you make money or not. This took me like 7 years to figure out, to truly understand it. I heard it from day one when I went through the first course that I've ever bought, but I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna, right? I had to burn myself on the stove a couple of times before I learned this. But this is huge, right? And the way I want to illustrate this is imagine you have an ocean, right? Like this. And then you have a wave coming here, right? How much force do you think that you need to stop this wave? It's coming fast. This wave is coming towards you super, super fast. If you stand here and you scream stop against this wave, is it gonna work? Most likely not, right? This wave will basically just destroy you, right? It will just erase you essentially. So like, it's because if it's a force of nature, right? You can't stop this wave. It's coming whether you like it or not, right? So this is what most entrepreneurs do, right? They're trying to tell the market that you should buy my thing. And the market is basically selling, no, I don't want this thing that you have right here, let's say, right? I don't want it. The market doesn't want it. So if you're trying to sell something that the market wants and they don't want it, right? It's basically going to be impossible for you to sell that thing. Even if you have something that you know that they need, right? Let's say you're like, guys, hey guys, here's basically the market, right? It's a bunch of people in this wave, right? You can be like, guys, you're all smoking tobacco, let's say. Like, you need to stop smoking. It's bad for you. Right? And I have a solution for you. You need to stop smoking. It's bad for you. The market is, no, I don't want to smoke. So then they don't buy your stuff, right? Or, hey guys, you need to stop eating sugar. Sugar is bad for you. It's gonna kill you. It's gonna give you like heart attacks when you get older, and it's super bad and gives you a bunch of diseases. You need to stop eating sugar. And the market says, no, I don't want to stop eating sugar. I'm just gonna buy my candy anyways, right? So this never works. And this is where 99.9% of entrepreneurs who start out, this is where they go wrong, right? And this is, I've burnt so much money and time and energy on doing this, trying to sell something that I knew that the market needed, but they didn't want it, right? So how do you do this then in a better way? Well, here's how you do it. And this is where you can start to make a lot of money fast. It's really the only way to make money fast. And that is, I'm sure you've guessed it, right? First, what you do is that you figure out what they want, right? So you know that the market here, they want whatever it is, right? They want this thing. If you figure out what this is, right? So here are you, right? And you're thinking here, you're like, right? You're super happy because you've just figured out that they want this thing. What do? Well, now you know what they want. Then you basically go here, right? And you just ask them like, hey guys, do you want this thing? Question mark. And they say, yes, we do. And then you're just like surfing this wave, and then you can surf the market want, and then you can make money. A lot of money, right? Because now you're leveraging what the market wants, and you're selling them what they want, right? And how you figure this out, by the way, is that you basically ask people what they want. It's pretty simple. Most people try to figure out, they're like, oh, I have to stand in the shower and get this amazing idea so that I can, like, if I only got that idea, I would be a millionaire. That's how most people think, right? And it couldn't be further away from the truth. You just go to these people and ask them, like, hey, what do you guys want? What problems are you trying to solve right now? They're like, and they're gonna tell you, they're like, yeah, like, I wish that I could get here and I can't, and I'm trying desperately to get there, right? And then you're like, what if I just like helped you get here? Would that be valuable to you? I'm like, yeah, take my money. All right, well, here's the solution. Pay me X and I will give you that. And then they just throw the money at you, right? So there's a huge difference between market wants and market needs. This is literally the thing that will determine if you fail or not in business. It's selling the market what they want, right? And then once you've sold them what they want, then you can give them what they need as well. So that's a twist to it, right? And I want to round up this video with some bonus advice because I'm feeling spicy today. I want to give some even more stuff, right? And I want to talk about, if you do everything that I talked about in this video, right? And then you go through my free course as well after this video and you start to learn and implement, right? Then you're off to a really, really good start. And you can 100% get to 10K per month, right? And I'm not going to say that it's necessarily easy, but it's simple. You just do what I show you step by step and you'll get there, right? But here's the thing. Unless you fix what I'm going to talk about right now in this bonus thing, it's going to be hard for you. But if you do fix this thing, it's going to be a lot easier for you. You're going to get there a lot quicker. And the people who manage to get to 10K per month are the people who do this bonus thing, right? So, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Well, what do I mean by that, right? Let's say you have a car here, right? Again, you have a car. And you have a messy car. It's super messy. Most likely, you will also have your desk, right, at home where you have your computer. You will have a messy desk. You will have a bunch of food here. So you will have a messy desk as well. Then also, if you have a messy desk, most likely you will have, like on your actual laptop, right? You will have a bunch of stuff on your desktop, right? So it will be just a mess here as well, right? If you have a messy desktop, you will most likely have, in general, the messy life. But also, if you have a messy desktop, you will most likely have a messy business, right? Because now when you have clients, you don't know where their stuff are, you don't know where all the folders are, and if you create a course, you don't know where it is, if you create YouTube videos, right? So the first thing is this, how you do one thing is how you do everything. It's very important to try to reach for excellence in all areas of life, right? So try to have a clean apartment, have it clean and tidy. So if it's nice in your apartment, right? It's most likely going to be a good experience in your desktop. It's probably going to be a good experience with all of your files and how you handle your business, right? So how you do one thing is how you do everything. That's the first thing I wanted to cover. The next thing, right, is to remove as many distractions as you can, right? And then just go all in. Because if you want to do this thing and grow a business and make your first $10,000 online, you can't have the cake and eat it too, right? Because if you don't sacrifice for your goal becomes the sacrifice, right? Let me say that again. If you don't make sacrifices for your goal, right? Your goal becomes the actual sacrifice, right? So maybe you're spending a bunch of time with your friends right now, and they love to go out every single week and get drunk, right? So you go out and get drunk every single Friday, and then your brain is just fried for the entire weekend. And then when you're fried, you're playing a bunch of computer games or binge watching Netflix, and then your sleep is poor, so when you wake up on a Monday, you're tired. And then it really takes you until Wednesday until you're energized again, and then it's soon Friday, and then you go out and party again, right? And then it's just this ever-ending cycle, right? So if you don't make sacrifices for your goal is going to become the sacrifice. So it's about time right now, right? If you actually want to take yourself serious, to start to look through the things in your life that it's not really serving you to get to your goal, right? Because your goal, if you watch this video, is most likely they don't want to make money, right? So what are you doing right now? What can you do? What can you sacrifice? I want you to start thinking through this. What are the things you can just start to remove, right? Because the more you remove here and sacrifice, the more time you will have to get to your goal, which is most likely money, right? So that is huge. And then as a fifth, I don't know how many things I've said now, but if you haven't read this book, Think and Grow Rich, I can highly, highly recommend that you read this book. This book is what changed my life. And I don't know, it cost you $10 or whatever, maybe even less than that. And yeah, I'm not gonna go into detail what that book talks about, but just read it. You're gonna love it. So that is it for this video. And as promised, if this didn't help you at all, you can comment below that I'm a fraud and this sucks, this information. And also, but before you do that, by the way, go and check out my free course, because I have a 100% free course where I show you step by step, click by click, how I made $2 million last year and how I've helped a bunch of people to make their first dollar online as well. And some of these people have made tens of thousands of dollars in monthly recurring revenue. Some of them had made over $100,000 in new monthly recurring revenue. And it's from a big portion from my free course and also a bit from my paid course as well, right? But I have a 10-hour free course that will show you how to make money online. So go and check out that right now, and I'll see you there. Let's go.